Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Media Awareness. This is Rob, and welcome back specifically to my journey retrospective, part 6. If you have not had the opportunity to see parts 1 through 5, there will be links in the description below to those videos. In addition to a link to my Patreon page, you could consider becoming a member there for the perks I offer. And there will also be a link to my Facebook in case you want to contact me directly with feedback of any sort. Also, please consider clicking the bell icon, clicking the like button, leaving a comment. All feedback is welcome. Journey in 2007 was at the perfect point in time for magic to happen. And it did. Timing is everything. I firmly believe that. And in 2007, Don't Stop Believin' was featured quite prominently in the HBO season finale, series finale, and season finale of The Sopranos. Um, the track itself sold amazingly well on iTunes after that, and basically any CDs or other media that had that song attached to it also sold very well as a result of the song being featured in The Sopranos. This sort of gave Journey a rebirth of sorts and a renewed um, sense of interest by people in general. Neil Sean had been searching for a replacement lead singer for Jeff Scott Soto, and prior to that, Steve Jerry. And he did come across Jeremy Hunsinger, who did not work out, but they did co-write a song for the next album. The song is called "Never Walk Away." Excellent track, but Jeremy did not sing on that track. In the midst of looking for a singer, Neil Sean came across a video of a gentleman named Arnel Panana from the Philippines. And Arnel blew Neil Sean away with his vocal abilities and his amazing range and just his overall uh, persona, because Arnell was and is a very energetic performer, and he really gives it his all when he goes out on stage. So, with that being said, Journey had Arnell come over and audition, and he got the part. And they very quickly started recording the next album titled Revelations. It was released in 2008 as a 3 disc set, and at that point in time, a Walmart exclusive. Disc 1 was Revelations, the album itself containing all new tracks, with the exception of one other track that was featured on the previous album, Generations. Revelations, the 3 disc set, also contained a disc of re recorded hits with Arnell singing lead as opposed to Steve Perry. This really annoyed a lot of people that were diehard Steve Perry fans, but I could see the point of doing this to kind of showcase the fact that Arnell can sing these songs and sing them very well. And I think that was the point, in my personal opinion. That and also give fans a sort of fresh, new recording of these tracks. The third disc in the Revelations set was a live DVD of a concert, basically to announce, showcase Arnell's abilities and announce him as the new lead singer of Journey, and it really just it blew me away when I first watched it, and I watched it repeatedly. I wish it was available on CD. If anyone knows if it is, please let me know. I'd love to have the CD of that show. So, the Revelations tour began, and the album did very well. They had a single off the album, which actually charted on the adult contemporary charts at that point in time. And it was really the first time that something new from Journey was heard on the radio in quite some time. And Journey was gaining steam, and they played in Manila, and they recorded a concert there, live Manila. I bought this on DVD at Walmart back when I first saw it, and I wasn't sure until researching for this video if it was available on CD, and it is available. I'm not sure how legitimate the CD release is as far as its authenticity as an actual authorized product of the band. Nevertheless, I want it and I don't have it, which really irritates me, but that's okay. I eventually will somehow get it and add to my Journey collection. Um, but I do have the DVD of the show, and it is a great concert. So after the Revelations tour was completed, the band went back in the studio and recorded their second album with Arnell, called Eclipse. It was released in 2011. This album was another one that just really blew me away. It has some amazing material on it. Uh, Amazing performances by all members, and I should note probably at this point that the lineup for Revelations and for Eclipse was Arnell on lead vocals, Neil Sean on guitar, Jonathan Kane on keyboards, Ross Valerie on bass, and Dean Castronova on drums. Um, and the lineup itself was consistent throughout that time period. After Eclipse was released, the Greatest Hits Volume 2 was issued, and it didn't have anything new from the Arrival generations, Steel Jerry Journey era, or anything from Arnell for that matter. It was a packaging of more of the, not obscure, but more of the rock radio tracks that weren't pop rock singles, such as Stone in Love, Still They Ride. I believe the title track from Escape is also on Greatest Hits 2. It is a good collection, and it's good to have alongside Greatest Hits Volume 1. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. In 2015, there was some issues that were occurring with Dean Castronova, and he was dismissed from the band. They brought on Omar Hakim as a temporary replacement, and then Steve Smith rejoined Journey, reuniting the classic Journey, Escape, and Frontiers lineup that everyone perceives as being so magical, with the exception, of course, of Stu Perry, because he was not part of that lineup. It was Arnell on lead vocals, Neil Sean on guitar, Jonathan King on keyboards, Ross Feller on bass, and Steve Smith on drums. That lineup was joined on stage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Steve Perry. To be inducted formally into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This was the first time in years that the band had appeared on stage to that degree, with all members present that were um, able to be there. And it was really a fine moment in music history. To see Steve Perry standing by Neil Sean, it for fans like myself who really love Journey, it was really magical for me. Perry did not perform with the band at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That duty was left to Arnell. But the induction signified a very poignant moment in the band's career. After that, the band also performed the Escape and Frontiers albums in their entirety in for a tour, and was filmed for DVD and Blu-ray, I believe both in Japan as well as CD. Um, this was nice. It was a nice addition, but it still wasn't new Journey material. I think all of us as fans were eagerly waiting for something new, and the best is yet to come. I hope you've enjoyed this segment of my Journey retrospective. As I stated previously at the beginning, if you have not seen parts 1 through 5, there'll be links in the description below. Consider clicking like, consider subscribing, and consider becoming a Patreon member. You're also welcome to contact me directly on Facebook. This is Rob, and I will see you soon with Journey's Retrospective Part 7.